Welcome back to our channel for another installation day. So today we have something special in the shop, a very special project ongoing. So right behind me, this is our client's very beautiful 992 GT3 Touring that is in for exhaust upgrade. So as you may know, we actually did quite a numbers of 992 GT3 and the GT3 RS with our very popular IPE exhaust upgrade. And today for this car over here, we have something rather different, something special. So what we have for the GT3 Touring is this Tubistyle full exhaust system. This is an Inconel motorsport exhaust for the 992 GT3 platform. So this is going to be insanely loud, and we will talk a little bit more about this Tubistyle exhaust system later once we have the factory exhaust removed out from the car. Then of course we will put it side by side to do a comparison, to talk a little bit more about the key differences between the factory system and this Tubistyle motorsport system we have for the Touring. So now let's get back to work to remove the factory exhaust out from the car. Alright, after a few hours of hard work, we have finally managed to remove the factory exhaust system out of the GT3, and this is how the factory system looks like right over here. And this is the Tubi motorsport full exhaust system that is going into the GT3 Touring later. So now we'll talk a little bit about the key differences and do some comparison between the factory system and the Tubi system. So first of all, on the factory system, as we always say, the factory system is massively huge, very heavy, lots of restrictions. It kills off a lot of sound on the GT3. So first of all, these are the factory headers. As you can see, it comes with this very restrictive catalytic converter, and also this car being a UK imported unit, so it does have the OPF, GPF particulate filters. You have these sensor holes for the OPF and GPF on the headers. Then also on the muffler section, this is the catback muffler. So these are extremely heavy. Also inside the muffler box, there's actually a lot of restrictions and a lot of blockage happening inside this muffler. That's why the GT3 doesn't sound loud at all with the factory system. And also this setup, it actually weighs extremely heavy. And now let's talk a little bit about this beautiful Tubistyle full exhaust system that we have for the GT3. So Tubistyle, their exhaust system is fully handmade in Italy, and this Tubi system we have right over here is basically a full exhaust system setup. This is the motorsport full system for the 992 GT3 and GT3 RS series. So what we have is a completely redesigned exhaust setup for the GT3, which includes this beautiful long tube catless equal length headers that replace the factory headers. So this is the comparison when you put it side by side with the factory headers. So obviously the factory headers, they are not equal length setup. This is unequal length, and our Tubi headers, as you can see, we have a long tube equal length setup. Also, it removes the cats to provide the maximum sound and performance on the GT3. Then to the rear, this is the catback muffler section that Tubi has actually redesigned the muffler section in order to provide the most sound out of the GT3. So right over here, we have the muffler box on the left and right side. So when the valves are closed, the exhaust gas flow actually flows through the muffler box and exits from the tailpipes. And when the valves are fully open, it actually works as a straight pipe design whereby the exhaust gas flow will flow through the headers, then it goes through these bigger pipes at the bottom and exits directly through the tailpipe, so that you get the loudest possible noise out of this Tubi system. And also Tubi actually did apply a layer of this high temperature heat protection on the muffler box itself to lower down the temperature. Also, an additional information, this Tubistyle system is actually an Inconel system. So with the Inconel material, it can withstand the higher temperature on the car, so that provides the better performance for the engine. And lastly, we have this beautiful Tubi tailpipe for the GT3, which actually has quite some difference compared to the factory tailpipes. Obviously, this is longer. Also, the diameter is slightly larger compared to the factory tailpipes. Also, the finishing on these tailpipes, as you can see, these are matte black color, and the factory tailpipes, they are actually chrome black. The Tubi system is a fully plug and play system, so there's no any modifications needed. Basically, we just remove this factory exhaust out from the car, then we will install the Tubi system onto the GT3. As for the valve control function, this Tubi system, it actually reuse the factory valve control. So what we will do is we remove this electric valve actuators on the factory muffler, then we will place it onto the Tubi system so that the owner can have the exhaust valve control by using the factory button inside the cabin. There's no additional wiring needed, no additional remote control needed. Alright, that's all for the product explanation part. So now let's get back to work to install the Tubi system onto the GT3 Touring. So once we have the exhaust installed, the car will also receive a Stage 2 ECU tune. It's because that we remove the factory catalytic converters. Also, we delete the particulate filters, so the car will definitely throw a check engine light. And with the Stage 2 ECU tune, we can eliminate all the check engine light, as well as we improve the performance on the GT3. It gives the car a little bit more horsepower and more torque with the Stage 2 ECU tune. And definitely with the tune, the car will drive better with more power, smoother power delivery on the car. And once we get everything done, of course, we will start up the car and have a sound check on how the GT3 Touring will sound with the Tubi Motorsport full exhaust system, with the cats delete, a brand new muffler setup. Definitely, it will be a lot louder, a lot more aggressive compared to the factory system, which basically doesn't sound loud at all. And also, we will do a little bit of drive-by to listen to how does the car sounds on the road with the Tubi system. Alright, so after a few hours, we have finished installing the Tubistyle exhaust system on the GT3 Touring. So now, the moment of truth, we are going to put the car down, then we will start up the car and listen to how it sounds now with this brand new Tubistyle exhaust system. This will be a cold start, so I'm expecting a super loud cold start from this Tubistyle exhaust system for the GT3. We have did quite a number of 992 GT3 with our exhaust upgrade, and this is the very first time we have a Touring with us. So now we'll talk a little bit more about this 992 GT3 Touring. So first of all, on the exterior, the car is painted in this very beautiful Dolomite Silver color. And also this is the first time I've seen this color on a 992 GT3, and it looks really beautiful. And when you have this Dolomite Silver color on a Touring, it looks really classy. And now we'll talk a little bit more about what are the specs, the options that have on this Touring. So for the wheels, we have the wheels painted in GT silver color. As for the brakes, these are the standard brakes. They are not the carbon ceramic brakes, but the calipers are painted in the optional black color. And also we have the Porsche decals on the car. Then moving to the rear, the emblem has been optionally painted in black color. As for the tail lights, this car doesn't have the clear tail lights, but instead it has the standard tail lights. And because this is a GT3 Touring, so you will have this retractable rear wing instead of the standard swan neck rear wing on the 992 GT3. And for the diffuser, the owner actually wrapped the diffuser in this silver color wrapping. While for the interior, the owner, he actually didn't want to have any sort of Alcantara elements for his car. So right over here, you can see the entire interior, the dashboard, the door panels. These are all leather instead of the optional Alcantara material. And of course, being a 992 GT3 Touring, the owner has go with the manual transmission instead of the PDK. So what we have here is a 6-speed manual transmission. Then right over here, we have the carbon fiber full bucket seats, and also on the rear, because it is a Touring, we don't have a roll cage like what you will get in the 992 GT3. And that's it, we have completed another 992 GT3 project. So this is a 992 GT3 Touring installed with our Tubistyle Motorsport Inconel full exhaust system. So let us know in the comment sections below, what do you think about this Tubistyle exhaust? How does it sound on the GT3? Also, do let us know what do you think about the specs, the color, the options on this 992 GT3 Touring. If you like our content, remember to like and share this video, and also don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting contents in the future.